Well, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Here I am pitching another product. This was something that intrigued me, and I thought, that might be kind of fun. So I said, sure, send it. We'll give it a go, see what we think. It is, let's see, what do they call it? Cordless electric micro engraver. A ceramic, plastic, wood jewelry. So you can engrave jewelry, you can engrave all kinds of things with this. Okay. It comes with a battery charger. You take the battery out of the pin. Right here, here's the little pin. You take the battery out, put it in here. Charge it USB. All came in this nice little box right here. Here are your little tips. The only thing that I'm finding is you've got different tips, but it doesn't tell you what they're for. See, you've got all these different little tips right here, but it doesn't tell you what they're actually for. I guess maybe they're just the size, and that's the only thing I can figure, okay? Is they're just different sizes. I don't know, because it doesn't tell us anywhere. I've read all the instructions. This is a little card here. Let's see what it says. I think it just tells us to follow them on Amazon. Tells you here you can get more surprises await you, some kind of free gift. I don't know. And here's the instructions. Tells you how to do this. Tells you what all it comes with. Just says 6 engraving bits down there, but it doesn't tell you exactly what they're for. It says stone or marble, aluminum, wood, crystal, glass, and I've got a piece of wood, a piece of metal, and I thought I brought it. Here's a glass. We're going to try it on those 3. I don't have anything stone or marble. And this is not aluminum, it's metal. We'll give it a go. We'll see what it does. So I don't think it doesn't really give you any instructions. It says keep away from children, keep away from water, do not place the product on hot surfaces, do not replace accessories while the tools is on. Well, that makes sense. Anyway, just basic safety instructions, so forth and so on. It doesn't really tell you how to use it. Precautions, so forth and so on. And it came with, where is that? There's a little, did I pick that up, throw it away by accident? I hope I didn't. I did. Oh, here it is. I was about to throw that away. This is your little thing that you need to put your tip in there with. And 2 extra little screws, I guess, because they're so tiny you're liable to drop them. Alright, we're going to get us a tip here. I'm just going to start out with one. Looks like the biggest one. Y'all, like I said, I'm brand new to this. I know nothing about it. So we're going to find out together. Alright, I got that in there good and tight. What do you think my chances are of losing these? Let's see if I drop them down in here. Maybe I won't lose them. There we go. Maybe I can keep them down in there. Alright, let's see what we can do here with this little baby. Let's draw us a flower on this. This is a bamboo cutting board. Alright, there's our little flower. I'll bring y'all down here so you can watch. See if I cut my arm off. Y'all can call 911 for me or something. Turn it on right there on the end. You're supposed to be able to like draw. Not really going down in there very deep. I suppose it's in there. It's just really hard to tell. Maybe it'll do better on metal. I guess it's engraving that, but it's hard to see. Let's see what it does on this glass. Okay, it does work pretty good on the glass there. You could probably put you a picture behind it and just go to town. I'm not drawing too good. Okay, can y'all see that? Let me get a colored piece of paper or something colored to put behind it. Can y'all see that? I think maybe you can a little bit. Get my hand out of the way. I think y'all can see that. Now it did pretty good on that glass. It's not, the tips are not really big enough to do the wood, I don't think. Unless you're just really trying for something very, very small. Let's see what it does on this metal, okay? I'm going to do the back of this. It did good on that painted metal surface right there. Yeah. That did pretty good. Let's try a different tip. Let's see what a different tip will do. That was pretty fine, but let's try this one. It looks like it's even finer. And there again, you all, I may be using the wrong tip on the wood. It doesn't tell you what to use or how to use them. think it may be just my wood. It's a piece of bamboo, and I think it might just be the wood. Let's see what this glass does. Okay, it does real well on glass. It does. It does real well on the glass. Very well on the glass. Not so much the wood. Maybe if you had a very tiny piece of wood and you were... Maybe I just need to make very small strokes. Guess there's a learning curve to it. Let's try this one on this metal. Goes well on the metal. Yeah. Yeah, it does well on metal and glass. And like I said, I'm just not sure about the wood. I don't know if it's just my piece of wood or what. It would probably do very well on the marble because they're more of a hard, smooth surface. This, it wants to get down in the grain of the wood, and it doesn't want to do real well for me. Like that. Let's try one more tip and then see if it does any better. Done those two. Let's see. Let's try this one. This one did a little better on the wood. Can y'all see that? Right here. Did a little bit better. But I'm still not a fan of the wood. I like the glass and the metal better. there's the glass. Does real well on glass. If you had a design that you wanted to put on a glass that you could just trace out. And come in there and etch it. It would do very well. And it does well on the metal. Not a fan of the wood. Well, here's a different piece of wood. Let's try this. Let's see if it does better. This is a softer wood. Does better on the softer woods. This is a piece of pine. This is bamboo. It does better on the softer wood, of course. There it is. Hope y'all can see that. I don't know if you can or not. But right there it is. So that's gonna be all for this one. Here it is. I'll put y'all a link in the description box. This is what it looks like. Just a little mini engraver. It is pretty neat. I do like the glass. If you, like I said, have a need to monogram glasses, or you just want to decorate them, maybe that's your thing, this would be very good for that. If you had a cute little design, you could tape in there and then trace it. It makes some really cute engraved glasses. And your metal, if you've got tools or something you don't want carried off, you want to put your name on them, that'll work too. So it does fare for the wood, but it does better on the glass and the metal. So that's my review of this product, and I'm going to leave y'all right there with this one. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.